3, 2, 1. Boom, and we're live.
What's happening, Joe?
What's up, Mike? Tom Segura's in the
What's
house
up,
for a
man?
few minutes here, too.
Yeah,
Stop
man.
by to say hi. I can't believe you've never had a cup of coffee.
Never.
You want some?
No.
That might be
No.
that might be the most outrageous thing about you is that you've never had coffee.
Your whole life,
Never
you've never had
coffee.
coffee.
No.
Did you just?
Tea, never coffee.
No one ever offered you a cup of coffee?
No,
You never went to Starbucks?
Never. No, for tea or some donuts.
Wow.
What about like at,
Those when you when I was in when you're in rehab, you always gotta go to Starbucks because the meeting's right outside at Starbucks. You always hang out at Starbucks, and stuff.
Right.
But never for coffee.
You
Never
didn't
got
want to try it?
Never.
that? How about like girlfriends, wives? Like none of them ever like drank coffee at home.
I'm sure they have, but I never really. My wife drinks it.
And you just nothing.
Never.
Nothing. No. Well,
I'm
All
so
the
addicted
stuff
to coffee.
I did and all
Me
the
too.
drugs I did, you think coffee would be nothing.
yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't make any sense. When did you first try any drugs?
Kid. 10
When you were a
years
kid?
old, 9 years old.
What kind of shit?
Smoking and drinking.
Right.
Then as I got older, I tried acid.
How old were you when you first tried acid?
Probably 11.
Wow.
Yeah, real young.
Jesus, man.
Wow, that's real young. Wow. But when you were the champ, when you were in your prime, like when you beat Trevor Burbick, were you doing anything back then?
It's drinking a lot.
Drinking a lot? Really?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Would you go clean for camp or like
Yes, for camp. Yes.
just for camp?
Yes, for camp.
Yeah, but outside, like once fight's over, and
Yeah,
so,
I'm an animal.
wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were the first guy that I ever used as an example of to break that old myth that you can't have sex before fights. And I was like, well, that's out the window.
For sure.
Because
Yeah.
you would talk about it all the time. You'd be like, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Your logic made sense, too. You're like, I don't want to think about it. I don't want to be thinking about sex. I'll just get it out of the way.
Yeah, and it's over with. You
Yeah.
don't have to do it. You have your refuel for the next 6 weeks and just go with your fight.
Do you think that was a myth, that it made you weak?
Yeah, I think it's a myth.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to make sense.
It seems odd. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like whenever there's
That
the
would
Olympics,
inspire you more so than, disintegrate you,
Yeah.
I would think.
they said that the Olympic, where the athletes stay, is just like fuck fest.
Oh, of
They're
course.
just
I would
animals.
think so, yeah.
Yeah.
They have the boys and the girls in the same vicinity. Yeah, it would be
Also,
really
probably you want to
crazy.
alleviate some anxiety. You're
Anxiety.
probably freaking out. You're at the Olympics. You're 18 years old. You're like,
Yeah.
"Ah!"
And everyone's in amazing shape.
Yeah,
It's just the best
stressed out.
Yeah. When you were first coming up, and when you were first, you like when you were Kid Dynamite on Sports Illustrated, I'll never forget that, man. That was that your era from like, the 80s, the late 80s. That era, like, it was a big part of my youth. Like you
Yeah.
being, man, you being the champ. It was a change of things. Because when Larry Holmes was the champ, as a boxing fan, I loved Larry Holmes. Like, there's that cover.